Welcome, Libra, to the month of August 2018. I'm Megan of North Star Astrology, and this is another general transits reading for those of you born with your sun, moon, and or rising signs in the 7th zodiacal sign of Libra, the scales depicted by the balance with the balancing point right here in the middle. Now, the month starts out with the moon trailing from July 31st on into August 1st in Pisces, at which point Venus, your ruling planet, currently transiting your 12th house, opposes moon, see, the moon in Pisces, opposes your ruling planet Venus in Virgo, opposite sun signs, and what this could mean for you is that emotionally you will be having challenges, great challenges, as this is a point of awareness, as I like to say, to what it is that you are dealing with in terms of work and your health versus how you can tap into your subconscious mind in a most practical, common sense way. However, with this opposition, there might be a bit of worry in the love sector, as having Venus in the 12th house sometimes, or transiting, the 12th house, sometimes means that you may or might have a clandestine love affair, especially maybe with a coworker or someone in the workplace. Whoops. And that is a 180. And on August 3rd, the moon trines Mercury. Once the moon goes into your 7th house, your naturally residing house, Libra, and then does a 120 or 120 degree flowing harmonious aspect to the current Mercury in retrograde. Now, Mercury's been retrograde since July 26th and will eventually go direct on August 19th, thank God. But with this harmonious trine from the moon to Mercury, from your ruling house, the 7th house, to the 11th house of friendships, you will be able to emotionally connect in a most harmonious, intellectual way with your friends. However, if your friends introduce you to some sort of financial scheme, just be mindful about the Mercury retrograde in not signing anything, even with a trine. Be not very cautious, but somewhat cautious with a trine. Then the last quarter moon on the following day of August 4th occurs at 12 degrees Taurus, 19 minutes in your 8th house of others' resources. And what this can do for you is tie up loose ends, last minute projects concerning some something to do with what others expect of you, perhaps. And then also, then too, on the following day from that, August 5th, your ruling planet trines the last quarter moon phase. So your ruling planet in your 12th house of dreams and the subconscious mind harmoniously trines the last quarter moon. So from the 8th to the 12th houses, you now have a very pleasant, earthy, down-to-earth trine, or 4 sign away, 4 house away, placement or aspect between your emotions in how you're tending to finally put what others value versus what you know to be true, and love, in other words, nurturing, maybe something to do with maybe your alone time versus I don't know if I'm making sense with this. Emotionally, emotionally and harmoniously, this trine affects your ruling planet Venus in some way on August 5th. Something to do with others' resources versus your dreams. Maybe something to make your dream come true. Yeah. Making your dreams come true. Then on August 7th, Uranus, which has been and will be transiting your 8th house for the next 7 years, you will be reaping much reward and benefit from others' resources. With Uranus in Taurus, another financial, because Taurus rules the 2nd house of money, and here then it's over here on your 8th house if you have Libra rising, and this is going to then to provide you with sudden financial support for the next 7 years. But just as easily, as a good friend of mine has said, just as easily your ship may come in and it may just as easily go out. Hopefully not, but this can be spending suddenly and maybe impulsively too much others' resources. I'm not really quite sure, but however, also on the 7th, Mercury retrograde sextiles the moon. Once the moon goes into your 9th house of higher learning and law, and it's interesting that the moon is in Gemini and Mercury rules Gemini, and so, and now that it's retrograde, even with this very positive, short but sweet sextile aspect between your 9th and your 11th houses, you do still need to be mindful of your emotional way of communicating with and about during even perhaps long distance travels. However, with this sextile, it gives you that emotional sense of intellectual prowess even, but not in an arrogant way. Then too, on August 9th, Pluto in your 4th house in Capricorn, the planet Pluto, the most outer planet Pluto, opposes the moon, now from your 4th to your 10th house of career, again with this point of awareness, or 180. You will be doing a 180 with your emotions regarding your career and life's purpose or path, versus how it is you can or could transform your home life to be more structured and manifest more emotional peace of mind, perhaps letting go of a career path to transform to something new as we are building toward the new moon here. You'll see on August 11th, the new moon occurs in your 11th house of friendships. You'll be developing new friendships at this time, and this occurs at 18 degrees Leo, 42 minutes. At which time the partial solar eclipse occurs in your 11th house. And I'm not quite sure what this will do for you in terms of all of this Leonine energy. But see, the sun's in Leo, Mercury retrogrades in Leo at this time. The new moon is in Leo because it's together, conjunct. And then the north node of the moon in Leo, and now this partial solar eclipse. There's a fiery, energetic energy to get things done with and through your 11th house of friendships. Then Mars enters Capricorn on the 13th of August. So Mars goes into your 4th house of the home, and you'll have much more activity going on in the home. Maybe summer barbecues, lots of asserting yourself in very pragmatic ways, remodeling jobs. Then the following day, Mars trines the moon once the moon goes into your 12th house in Virgo and harmoniously trines Mars. So from the 4th to your 12th houses, you now have this very harmonious flow between your subconscious mind. Again, watch out for worry, as Virgo is the worrying sign at times. I know, because I have Virgo rising. I do a lot of my share of worry. But however, with this harmonious trine from Mars to the moon, it's giving you this very good sense of happiness in a very grounded way, because it's Earth, mutable Earth, cardinal Earth. And with this trine, you may feel not only a sense of happiness and well-being within your home base, maybe even as intrinsically as your deep down in your soul, but you'll feel contented, you know? And then on August 16th, when the moon enters your sign, Libra, in your first house of the self and body, it then squares Mars in your fourth. So from the fourth house of the home to the first house of the self and body, you may very well need to emotionally take care that you don't end up injuring yourself lifting something heavy within the home, because it could, and the stresses of it all. Watch out for your lower back, as Libra rules the lower back and the upper hip area. Moon square Mars. It's just a bit of a challenge and a bit of a, just watch out for your body there. Then on August 18th, the first quarter moon happens in your second house of money at 25 degrees Scorpio, 20 minutes. In your second house of money and what you value. And with this moon in Scorpio, you will then have a sextile to Mars in your fourth house of the home. So now, once again, you will be able to emotionally, hopefully not become too attached to money, but know that money is a needs to create more pleasant surroundings within your home. Having this positive sextile between the second house of your earning capacity to what you can do with that money towards your home. And this is what's giving you that good energy for August 18th. Then on August 19th, Jupiter trines Neptune from your second house of money to your sixth house of work. And so what this can do for you is give you the big incentive to ask for that much needed possible time off. Give yourself a break. It's asking you to not just ask for that raise or that promotion, but it does mean time to take care of your sense of, here we go again with, this is not only just the house of work, but your house of health and also service given. But you may very well receive a huge windfall at work. Then on August 20th, the sun in Leo trines the moon in your third house of communications in Sagittarius. And so from your 11th house to your third house of communications, oh gosh, my bad. The day before, on August 19th, Mercury, get out of here, retrograde. No more retrograde. Mercury goes direct. Okay? All right. So now that I got that out of the way, where was I? August 20th. The sun in Leo trines harmoniously the moon in Sagittarius. Leo, fire. Sagittarius, fire. And with this very harmonious trine from your third house of communications to your 11th house of friendships, once again, we see you possibly being very communicative, emotionally communicative with your friends and group events at this time. Wonderful time of year to get out and enjoy group events and with your friends, no less. Then on August 23rd, the moon conjuncts Mars in your 4th house of the home. And with this conjunction in your 4th house of the home, you may want to be a bit mindful, as this conjunction can mean emotional outbursts, and not always positive emotional outbursts. However, you might be under a lot of stress, hence the reason to take care of your health and balance yourself, as your motto is I balance. Then on August 23rd as well, the sun leaves the sign of Leo and enters your 12th house in Virgo. And now the energy shifts from being very impulsive, impatient, and in a hurry, and productive, no less, though, to gentle, going within, as this is a Piscean house, and a bit reticent in Virgo, but earthy and grounded and wanting to care about yourself. And then on August 25th, Venus trines the moon. When Venus in Virgo harmoniously aspects the moon, shortly after this going into Aquarius, but it's still in Capricorn, as the moon takes 2.5 days per sign. So Venus trine the moon from your 12th to your 4th houses, or from your home base to your inner world. You now have this ability to emotionally nurture or love your alone time, as Librans can sometimes be loners, but not in a bad way. And then on the following day, August 26th, the moon, well, actually, the moon comes full circle. It's not necessarily the following day. I don't know why the book indicated this. On August 26th, the moon goes full from your 6th to your 12th houses. The moon is at 3 degrees Pisces, 12 minutes. 3 degrees Pisces, 12 minutes. And with this full moon in your 6th house of health and work and service given, you will feel that much more energetic and willing to compromise and serve others And as this is the service sign and Virgo rules this, naturally rules the sixth house of health, you will have this wonderful full moon. Then Mars goes direct on August 27th. And then the final day of the month, August 30th, the moon squares Mars from your naturally ruling house, the seventh house of relationships, significant others, and business partners, to your fourth house again. Lots of fourth house activity. And so from the seventh to the fourth houses, Mars square the moon gives you, again, a bit of a challenge between your emotions and your actions with others, dealing with others, as well as your alone time again within your home. So with that, Libra, I want to thank you for watching, liking, giving me a thumbs up, comment down below if you'd like, and subscribe. And thank you for looking up upon the North Star. And until next month, until this coming September, that is, have a wonderful August. Oh, and one more thing. This is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So that's another reason I'm, it's amazing to me. It's hard to believe that this whole year has already unfolded. Anyhow, have a great August. Bye for now.